been thinking lately. Yeah, hey. I can't get you off my mind. I ain't playing games. Oh, babe, you know I won't waste your time. You've been looking for someone, hey. Someone who can treat you better than them other niggas. I ain't telling lies. I can tell you want me to. There's no need to be shy. Just tell me what you like. All you gotta do is tell me how you feel. Girl, I won't waste your time. I'ma keep it real. All you gotta do is tell me how you feel. Girl, I won't waste your time. I'ma keep it real.
Finally, TV, here we are, party people back in the mix. You already know who it is. It's your boy Gabriel, back again with another voice of the Valley, and boy, do I got a goodie for you.
What we doing, Gabe?
Hey, we talking to people that got albums out there on iTunes right now. What I said? Yeah, my boy Alex Simmons, man.
Hey, yo,
What's
baby.
good,
What's good, brother? How you feeling? You good?
I'm good, man. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me, sir.
Yeah, man, it's a pleasure. I knew we was gonna hook up because if y'all didn't see it already, I was on the Perfectly Incomplete podcast earlier this year with Imogene. Salute to you. But that's where we met, and we kind of figured out right there that we were gonna see each other again and do this. Took a minute, but we here.
We here,
and it's good timing because you got things popping right now.
Feels good, man. It's a good time.
Yeah, man. We're gonna get into this interview. You're gonna tell the audience exactly who you are, and we'll tell them your story. You down with that?
I'm down with that. I'm cool with that. Let's do it.
Bet. So first question I always ask is, where was you born, and how'd you end up in the Hudson Valley?
Ooh, I'll give you the short version. I was born in Poughkeepsie, New York.
Okay.
I moved around a lot. My mom, she was in the military for a while. So we moved around a lot, mainly between New York and Florida. I could probably say that I've been everywhere in Florida, probably.
Okay.
And we just came back to Kingston because my mom used to go to church here. We came back in 2012.
Okay.
And never left.
All right, there it is.
So we're here.
There it is. So a native, been around the world, and here you go again.
You could say that. You could say that.
Love it. So yeah, out in Kingston, that's where I did the interview with you guys.
Yes, sir.
Which was really cool. Remember, if y'all ain't checked that out, I'm gonna put it in the description. I'm sure there's something going across the top right now. You could click on it. I did a whole 40-minute interview. Me and Imogene, we had a great conversation.
It was cool,
about
man.
everything. Yeah, we talked about a lot of stuff that day. So it brought us to here, right?
Yes.
Let's tell the people exactly, why you're here today. What's your passion? Why is Alex Simmons sitting on the Voice of the Valley set right now?
Right. Well, for those who don't know me, I'm a singer. I'm a rapper. I'm a producer, and I make music. I make good music, I think.
Okay. I hope.
And yeah, right. And I'm passionate, and I want to promote the music. I want to promote good music, and I want it to connect with the people, man. So that's why I'm here.
Got you. So you mentioned what it is, though. It's music. Music is the passion driving you right now.
Right.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Do you also dabble in what we're doing here today?
I do.
You
man.
do.
I hate it, but I love it at the same time.
Yeah.
It's crazy because one of the downsides of I'm not gonna say being a jack of all trades, but doing multiple things is it's time consuming. When you're passionate about it, it's hard to let go and let other people do it. You know what I'm saying? So I do videography. I'm creative director for my mom's podcast, Perfectly Incomplete podcast. Check that out. Mm-hmm. So I do that, and then like I said, I record, I sing, I rap, I write, I produce, mix, all that stuff.
Multi-talented. That's the mantra with you. It seems like that's dope. That's real dope. So let's ask you this, and we're gonna hone in on music a little bit.
Okay.
When did you realize what your passion was?
I was about 5 years old, and my mom used to play a lot of music in the house. I remember she used to have my brothers, and I have two brothers, and she used to have us in a line. in the living room in formation, and she used to teach us songs.
Okay.
She's a gospel singer, so
Okay.
she used to like give us notes to do and teach us records. And she played a lot of Whitney Houston, a lot of Patti LaBelle, like just great singers. And we used to do what she told us to do, you know. And I loved it.
Yeah.
My brother Courtney loved it. And we just kept going. You know, I was influenced by people like Usher, of course, Whitney Houston, Luther Vandross, all of the greats, man. And
Gotcha.
music, it was always in the house.
It yeah, for some of us that grow up like that, when people say old school music and this and that, it almost like I'm like, nah, not old school. It's just music, like that. You know what I mean? It's timeless music. You know what I mean? To say it's old school, you could say it's old school so long as you're saying it with the connotation that that's the OG.
Right.
You know what I mean? 'Cause
Right.
that's really what you should mean when you say that. You know, sometimes old school holds a negative connotation, and you know, and I don't get it.
Get it, man.
You know, it's like that's where all this is birthed from.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
respect due. So let's see. So you're realizing that about 5 years old that hey, you know, mom's putting us through singing boot camp in the living room,
Literally.
But I kind of like it,
Right.
You know, so obviously that plays good in life. You know, people who can sing, they usually, you know, they get adored by some. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that might have went well. But when did you actually start pursuing it? Like, okay, I want to sing.
I think, well, professionally, I started the middle of 2017.
Okay.
I remember when I first started recording, I probably was about 11 years old.
Okay.
Me and my brother, we had like a little computer. We were staying with our aunt at the time. And she had this computer, and we downloaded, you know, a little recording software. I think we originally started on like the audio recorder, and we had like a little headset, and then we downloaded a program called Mixcraft and started playing with beats and just messing around. And from there, just kept doing it. And, you know, I would play around and make songs here and there, and I would put out a song on YouTube every once in a while. But I decided in 2017, my mom had a conversation with me. She was like, dude, if you're going to do music, do it. Like, don't be halfway in with it.
Can't.
And I was working at a car dealership. I quit my job, and I went hard at it, and I haven't stopped since.
There you go, man. I respect it. I like it. I love it, actually. So pursuing those dreams since 2017.
Right.
You know, here we are, 2020, and lo and behold, I get a message on my Instagram, on my Facebook, my email. Alex Simmons has dropped the project.
He did.
And Don't Forget. Is that the single?
That's correct.
The lead single?
Yep.
I do my homework.
Do your homework, people.
Do your homework.
Right.
Shout out to Dom Gotti. Get to work. With this project, what's the name of the whole project? That's the name of the
Don't
song.
Forget.
Don't Forget. That's the name of the whole project.
That's the project.
Okay,
yep.
perfect. Now, lead single is?
The lead single is No Games.
No Games.
Featuring my brother Courtney Simmons. Shout out Courtney.
Shout out Courtney. Courtney's been reviewed on the What We Talking About podcast. Shout out Blackout. I remember his music coming across.
Yeah.
He's got some talent in there. He's got a voice.
He's doing his thing, man. He's doing his thing.
So back to you.
Right.
So No Games.
No
featuring
Games.
him.
Featuring Courtney, yep.
Okay, got it. The song, tell me a little bit about it. Why No Games? Why is it the lead?
So it just felt good. I recorded it during the summer. And I got to shout out Chris Brown and Drake because they dropped the Smash No Guidance. And I love the feel. I love that feel, man. Like, I love the idea of taking a summer record that's fun but feels good. You know, something you can turn up to, something that you could dance to, but you feel emotion. And so like I was heavily influenced by, again, older music. So like I sampled I think it was My Type by, I forget the group name, but You Look So Good. And we decided to kind of flip that and do a play on that, and that's how No Games happened.
Oh, that's dope. Okay, there you go. The project in total, how long did it take you to put it all together?
It took me a year.
Okay.
Yeah, I started back in like November of 2018. And I knew what I wanted to talk about on the project. This is probably my most personal project. And just I knew I wanted it to be real R&B, just real emotional. I had a lot to say on it. And I decided that I didn't want to rush this one. Right. I said, I'm going to take my time. I said, every single song that I record, you're going to feel me. It's going to be all of me. And that's what I did. I mixed all the records myself.
Oh, okay.
Had a master by my brother and put it out.
Oh, there it is, man. Congrats to you. I love that. Let's tell the party people real quick, man, where they can find you, how they can follow you, and where can they find this music.
Dope. My name is Alex Simmons. You can check out my music on YouTube at Alex Simmons. That's my YouTube channel. You can buy it everywhere, Alex Simmons. You can follow me on social media, Instagram, Twitter. It's Alex Simmons. My Facebook, Alex Simmons. And yeah, that's about it.
That's a lot.
Thank you.
That's enough. You got to be consistent with your social media and be able to, you can put in Finally TV anywhere and I pretty much come up.
Right.
You should be able to put in Alex Simmons somewhere and you come up.
Right.
So I think you did that very well. So
Thank you.
Good for you.
Thank you.
We spoke a lot about some inspirations for this stuff.
Right.
You were influenced by some of the OGs in the game.
Right.
You even mentioned some of the new guys like the Chris Browns and stuff. What besides other singers and musical people inspires you to do this music?
I think for me, music it's just therapeutic. I've been doing music for so long. I've been singing for so long. Like, I'm very, I guess, socially awkward. So I'm not really the type of person that's comfortable talking with everybody. When I'm going through certain things, I kind of stay in my own little corner. And for me, like, in a lot of times growing up in my life, I felt like I didn't really have anybody to talk to, or not too many people to talk to. So music has always been the thing that I would run to. I would listen to a song, and I love the concept of listening to music and it evoking a certain emotion and feeling, And so it's just always been therapy for me,
Gotcha. Yeah, I think that's probably one of the truest reasons to do music.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because then it comes off authentic.
Right.
It's definitely not work for you.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just doing what you do. So I think that's dope. Yeah. With that all said, and having, loving music since 5, wanting to sing since 11, doing it professionally by 2017. What are some of the biggest challenges you feel like to get to that next step? What do you think the biggest challenges are right now for you? For
me, I think it's just being young and still having to survive in life, just because you decide that you want to do music don't mean that you can neglect paying bills. You got responsibilities. So I think just being an adult and trying to maintain your life as far as surviving, keeping food on the table, keeping the lights on, but also, saying I'm not going to give up on my dream either. I want to dedicate that time. Right. No, I get it. 100%. I can appreciate the perspective, for sure. Now, Imogene and I, we spoke a little bit about this when it came to challenges and stuff. And specifically, we were talking about, this area in the 845. And one of the challenges that seems to come up all the time is just general support. Right. Getting support from the area. Yeah, that's a big one, man. What's your take? What's your take on it? We didn't get to talk about that, you and I. It's, I'll try to keep this as short as possible. It's, they say the phrase, a prophet's never welcome in his own home. That's hard. Like I didn't grow up here, but a lot of people know me here. I have a lot of family here, so they know me as just Alex. So I think getting people to support you and support your dream and what you want to do, and trying to convince people that, hey, I'm going to be big one day, and getting them to buy into that's probably the hardest thing. Where it's crazy because I have people out in the UK and other states and stuff that bumps my music, that loves it, that supports, that goes crazy, but send you messages. And just even so far with the love that I've received from this project, like I just dropped it and I got people from other countries, and it sometimes it's disheartening because it's like I got people all the way over across the water that support me. Well, why can't I seem to connect with the people here, So that's probably the biggest thing. I really think it goes back to what you were saying, though. I think it's just hard for people to see what's in front of them. Yeah.
sometimes,
Yeah.
you know, because they see it all the time.
Right.
You know, so it becomes like almost invisible.
Right.
You know, and once that invisibility is there, it's really hard to get them to focus back.
Sure.
You know, they won't do that until they see other people going,
right.
oh, they
right.
jacking that.
Right.
Oh, yeah, no, he's from my town. You know,
Right,
so all of a sudden,
right.
you know what I mean? He's from my area. You know what I
Right.
mean? I'm friends with him on Facebook. You
Right.
know, like, and now it's a big deal. Where before it was like, yeah, it's just Alex.
And
you know?
and I actually experienced that. I'd say probably back in, I think it was either 2007. Yeah, it was 2017. I was on The Voice on Snapchat.
Oh, okay.
And I made it to like round 2, and I think my coaches were Jennifer Hudson and Blake Shelton, I think it was.
Okay.
And boy, the reception that I got from that, because now I'm doing something big in people's eyes. Sure. Everybody was hitting me up, and it's like, all right, cool, great. I was like, I would love for you guys to support me all the time, you know. I experienced that firsthand.
Yeah, no, so that's cool, and I think all those experiences will play nice in your future.
Right.
You know what I mean? You just kind of keep that in the back pocket, knowing, you know, you'll move a certain way, knowing that that's what it is.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think that's cool. So all that said, let's tell them one more time, name of the project, where they can find it, where they can find you.
Got you. So the name of the project is Don't Forget by Alex Simmons. I'm Alex Simmons. You can buy it anywhere. You can stream it, Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, Google Play, Tidal, Deezer, Pandora, anywhere online. Actually, you could just, to make it simple for you, you can go to Google and type in Alex Simmons Don't Forget. It'll pop up everywhere, I promise. So yeah.
I like that. That's probably the best way to say that.
Google is love, man. Google is love.
Yes, sir. Coming down the home stretch of this interview right now, sitting here with Alex Simmons, we've talked about a lot of things that kind of mold somebody's own persona, right? And how you're doing this.
Right.
A lot of people come up with stage names.
Right.
You know, you seem to have chosen not to.
Right.
What's the mindset there?
I think about all the greats use their real names, you know, and I think, you know, when I die, if I ever become, you know, the biggest artist in the world or whatever, and if not, if I become big enough for people to know who I am, when I die, I want people to remember my name and what I contributed, you know, not a stage name, you know, because I feel like a stage name isn't who I am. You know, Alex Simmons is who I am, you know, and I even, you know, in regards to branding, like most people, like they come up with a brand to figure out, I guess, a pitch to give to somebody who's not real. I'm all about authenticity. You know, what you see is what you get.
Sure.
Even down to the name.
Down to the name. I like it. That's a great answer. I love that. That said, is there a line of advice? Now, Mom's here. Is there a line of advice that you kind of live by that's kind of perpetuating you on this journey and the path that you're going?
Yeah, just love people, respect people. And my mom always, the best advice that she gave me was, you know, maintain a good character, because sometimes you could have all the gifts in the world, but your gifts could take you somewhere that your character can't keep you. You know, so it's more than just, I don't get so caught up in, yeah, I can sing and I can rap and I'm the man. If you ain't got the character to go along with it, it's not gonna work. You're not gonna go far. You know?
I like it. I like it a lot. Good job, Mom. So have you been able to get out there and do shows and perform in front of crowds and stuff?
I have.
Yeah.
I have.
Okay.
As far as for this project, not yet.
Right.
Coming
of course.
soon.
It's new.
Right. Coming soon. But yeah, I've moved around a lot. You know, me and my brother, we do a lot of things close together as far as music goes.
Okay.
We perform a lot together in different states and cities and stuff. So.
Gotcha. I asked that to ask this. Tell me about the first time that you felt like a star doing this music thing.
During this music thing.
Yeah.
I want to give you two answers.
Okay.
I want to say the first time I felt like a star, period, in regards to music, I was 11 years old. Okay. I had a school talent show, I think it was, or a performance. I was in chorus. And quick story, I was in gym class. I was trying out for basketball, I think. And I was jogging around the court, and I hum to myself when I'm, you know, doing stuff like that. So I'm humming, I'm singing under my breath. Someone hears me and say, and I wasn't the greatest at basketball either. So someone was like, you know what, man, instead of doing this basketball thing, you should probably go to chorus. So they brought me over to chorus. I sang for the teacher, and they were blown away. They said, we want you to sing the lead in our performance, and we sang I think The World's Greatest by R. Kelly.
Okay.
We did it at this little stadium in Georgia, and I remember when I got to this one part, when I got to the bridge of the song, and I like hit this high note, people screamed so loud that I couldn't hear myself.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, let's try that again. And I did it again, and then they did it again.
Wow.
So that's the first time I felt like a star. And then the first time I felt like a star as far as pursuing music professionally, I think it would have to be when I did The Voice on Snapchat.
Okay.
Because that's the most notoriety I've ever gotten. That's the most people.
Attention.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So it was cool, man.
Felt good, right?
It felt really great.
Yeah, there's more of that for you.
Yeah.
There's more of that for
Hopefully.
you. Before we get out of here, this won't be the last time I see you.
Yes, sir.
Because February 15th, you're going to be at Drumline Studio.
Hey, he did his homework for real, guys.
So...
Yes, sir. So I got a listening event coming up for the album. Everybody, if you want to come through to Drumline Studios, it's on February 15th. It's at 6 o'clock, going to 12 o'clock. It's going to be great. We're going to have drinks, going to have food, good music. It's going to be a good time, man. So just you can come through and kick it. I look to see you there.
Yeah.
If you can. And
shout out Drawzilla. If you want more info on that, hit up Drumline Studios on Instagram. You can also hit up Drawzilla on Instagram. And you can hit up Alex Simmons, I'm assuming, right?
Yes, sir.
And if you want to attend and all that, get tickets. Like he says, there's going to be food, there's going to be good music. There's going to be, discussion.
Yeah.
Good discussion happening. So if you want to be a part of that, please hit up one of these three entities. You'll see Finally TV in the building. Man, it was a pleasure talking with you, bro.
Listen, it's always a pleasure, brother.
Yeah, this was a good one, man. I appreciate this one. I wish you all the best on that new project. Don't forget.
Yes, sir.
And I didn't forget what it was called. I love that you called it Don't Forget.
My God.
It kind of coincides with the reason why my email address I use all the time is 0918 Rivera.
Yeah.
What's 0918? My anniversary. Love you, babe.
See the ass. Shout out Angie.
Shout out Angie. The mystical Angie.
Right.
Imogene was here hoping she was going to meet her today, but she didn't.
I know.
She didn't show up yet.
Yeah.
But no, it was a pleasure having you on the show.
Pleasure's all mine, brother.
Pleasure seeing Imogene again. Don't forget to check out the Perfectly Incomplete podcast out there. It drops every Sunday
at 10 a.m.
At 10 a.m. There you go. He's the man behind that. So, without further ado, he is Alex Simmons. I am Gabriel. This is Voice of Valley. Finally TV. Let's go.
Hey, yo, baby.